This video is for anyone looking to get started with sim racing equipment. I'll be sharing my current setup, other entry-level options, and my overall experience so far. You don't need fancy setup to get fully immersed in driving simulation. As the technology grows, these force feedback wheels are becoming a lot more accessible. So I have the R5 wheelbase from Moza Racing. This number stands for the amount of force feedback, in this case, a maximum of 5 Newton meters of force. And you don't really need much more than that as a beginner. It's actually the maximum for the mounting frame I have. We'll get to that soon. And this wheel is for the R3 or the R5. It's easy to change to one of the other options from Moza. The default comes with a flat bottom. That's great for track racing, but I wanted the more realistic round one for drifting. And be careful lining up these pins, otherwise it's a clean and easy to use quick release system. The Moza software, this is a great interface. I use the software to increase my steering angle by 90 degrees on both sides or 180 degrees total. And recommend keeping the force feedback all the way up in the settings and then adjust at the game level if needed. All right, let's get into the shifter, this HGP shifter from Moza. This gated shifter is really cool with smooth shifting and rubber pieces to prevent metal on metal with the gated gears. It does suck how the mounting's not a clamp design because it sits fairly high up. Otherwise, my only complaint would be the huge ugly ball knob that the shifter comes with. So do yourself a favor if you get this and look up this adapter from Shift Solutions on eBay. So once you have this, you can use any universal shift knob meant for a real car. And I had a spare shift knob laying around for my 5-speed car, so ignore the shift pattern here. Yeah, the reason you see a weight in front of the pedals is because that helps with keeping the front down while shifting in a downward motion from first to second, third to fourth, and fifth to sixth. I noticed that the front like to slightly lift on the frame, and that weight helps. So the mounting frame is the Wheelstand Lite 2.0 from Next Level Racing, and this is a great option for anyone that needs to keep their setup movable and not solitary in one spot. The frame technically folds in half by loosening these knobs, but you really want to make sure they're tight to avoid wobbles, so it's not convenient loosening them and folding it up all the time. I just move mine to a corner when not in use. This frame is a perfect option that utilizes a normal chair, and it's never going to be as perfectly as sturdy as a full cockpit with the chair if that's what you're looking for, but this is a great option with limited space or if you need to be able to move around your setup all the time. A cheaper alternative to Moza's Logitech. This is a more budget-friendly option for those who might not be as serious about sim racing or looking for something to buy for a kid. The great thing about Logitech is you can mount the shifter to a sturdy desk. I wouldn't recommend using Moza pedals underneath a desk because they're extremely floppy on the floor without any mounting frame. All right, I made a breakdown of some different options and what you can expect for the overall price. Keep in mind this is not including the PC or console to run the games. This is sim equipment alone, and at the end of 2025 prices. There's not a big difference between the R3 and R5 price. It's probably better to just buy once, cry once, and be satisfied. And I might say the same thing for anyone thinking about the Logitech. If you don't think this is some fad that will wear off, then you might want to consider saving up for something a bit nicer. Anyways, once you get a sweet setup, you can start racing around or doing drifts like this. Check out this clip. Let me know if you have questions or what is the best setup to get started in sim racing.